Whoa, we're already here? Well, just like the holiday season, things can go by as fast as a supersonic jet. But even a jet at the speed of sound puts the work and effort to get things done quick. Much like these fine drivers. And I gotta say, we got a whole bunch of drivers in this fight. Everyone from winners, first-time drivers, seasoned veterans, former champions, and people just being straight up consistent, week in and week out. And what better place to hold all this chaos than one of the coldest places in the country during one of the coldest times of year. Oh, Solomon gets turned in front of the field. He's gonna go back up onto the track. Oh, huge wreck already here in turn number 1. Oh, we got a huge wreck. Keyshawn Richardson makes contact. Ryan Benjamin, TS Media, Hoodlum, Matthew Hill, Random J. What a huge wreck here in the back straightaway. Even though the weather here is below freezing, now is not the time to be cold. Now it's time to get hot and be ready for this fight. Welcome to the 2021 O'Reilly Winter Street Stocks Championship. Welcome to the 2021 O'Reilly Winter Street Stocks Championship race. Tonight we're here at the Oswego Speedway for the Oswego 120 presented by Budweiser. After 8 weeks of winter action, it's time to decide the first ever Winter Street Stocks champion. Taking a look at the top 10 in points going into this race, Ryan Wilson currently leads with 243 points, with Dan Mattiello, Johnny Hernandez, Brendan Beal, Kellen Baker, and Nathan Baird all trailing by 18 or lower, while guys like John Ferguson, Trey Smith, Sean Ard, and Ryan Benjamin trail over by 27 points inside this top 10. Now technically everyone from 1st to 22nd in points have a mathematical shot of winning the championship, but it's more likely that someone here inside the top 10 in points will walk away with the crown here tonight. But before we get started, let's take a look at our starting lineup and pre-race ceremonies. So on the pole for the second time this season, we have Nathan Baird, and next to him, Johnny Hernandez, you won from Martinsville. Row 2, Trey Smith and TS Media. Row 3, Sean Ard and Matthew Hill. Row 4, Kellen Baker, your Summer Series champion, and Richard Herman. Row 5, gonna have a more perfect row 5, Ryan Wilson and Dan Mattiello. Of course, these guys are 1-2 in points. Row 6, Keyshawn Richardson and Matthew Burnett. Row 7, Brendan Beal and Hoodlum. Row 8, John Fredrickson and Brad Reem. Row 9, Nargan Scott and Alex Casstevens. Row 10, Owen Miles and Ryan Benjamin. Row 11, Herbert Solomon and Jason Albert. Row 12, John McFadden and Brendan Carruthers. Row 13, last week's winner David Johnson and Random J. And finally, row 14, we have Devin Payment and Jordan Stout. Taking a look at the track info here for tonight, we're going to go 50 laps along this 5/8 of a mile short track with 13 degrees of banking in the turns. And that's weather here in Oswego, New York, 17 degrees Fahrenheit with 7 miles per hour towards the east. So a pretty chilly day here in upstate New York. And now it is time for the national anthem. And now, for the final time this season in the Winter Street Stocks, it is time for the starting command.
Drivers, start your engines.
Hope everyone's having a happy and safe night here on this Valentine's/Daytona 500 Eve. Definitely going to be an exciting day tomorrow at the World Center of Racing. But for now, we're here at Oswego, and it's time to kick back, relax, and enjoy the show as we're going to decide our first ever Winter Street Stocks champion. Hebert, Johnny Hernandez, 2 of your championship contenders, lead the field as the pace car comes down pit road. We're under green here in Oswego. And a great start there for Nathan Baird in 87, pulling away from Johnny Hernandez off turn number 2. Trey Smith will clear the 46 off turn number 4 for second. He'll tuck into second place as the 87 car leads lap number 1. Hernandez trying to get back on the 01. Owen will clear him again off 2. As here comes Sean Ard now for 3rd. As here comes Trey Smith now for the lead. He won a great run for the 01 car into turn number 3 that time by. Sean Ard tucks into 3rd, trying to block Johnny Hernandez as Johnny Hernandez makes contact with him a little bit. Going into turn number 1 as we're side by side for the lead between the 01 and 87. Got tons of 3-ride action here already. Got Dan Mattiello up the track. Brendan Beal down below the track there. There's John Ferguson, another one of your championship drivers, stuck in the middle there between Matthew Burnett and the 4 car and the 47 of Herbert Solomon. There's Kellen Baker there in front of Ryan Wilson as he's side by side with Johnny Hernandez there. Hernandez is stuck on the outside lane there. And we've seen this a lot here in the Winter Street Stocks where if you're stuck on the outside lane, you're probably going to be stuck there for a while. We saw that both in Martinsville and I-70 our last 2 races. CTS Media there up the 3rd as Trey Smith actually got passed by Nathan Baird for the lead. This is going to be definitely big for the championship standings here. Smith leads lap number 5 as Kellen Baker continues to hold off Ryan Wilson here. Of course, Kellen Baker won the Summer Series title back in October, trying to add another NR2003 title to his resume as we come to lap number 7 of 50. Ryan Wilson trying to get by Sean Ard now as he's stuck in the inside there alongside Johnny Hernandez still as comes Brendan Beal now for the 7th position. Brendan Beal will get passed by the 46. Oh, Johnny Hernandez gets turned into the wall. Oh, John Ferguson, Richard Herman, Dan Mattiello. What a huge wreck here in the front straightaway involving several of your championship drivers. Oh my goodness. And just like that, 3 championship drivers will end their days here tonight. John Ferguson there, his car is smoking. He's pretty much done for the day. Ryan Benjamin is just outside the top 10 in points. He has damage on that 72 car. Dan Mattiello also has heavy hood damage to that 17 car. Also likely ending his day. Johnny Hernandez also has really heavy damage. Let's take a look at the instant replay to see what caused this championship ending wreck for multiple drivers, as I mentioned. So this started coming off turn number 4 here. Johnny Hernandez was almost 3 wide with the 90 car of Matthew Hill and Keyshawn Richardson, the 24. Matthew Hill just got into Johnny Hernandez, just turned him off turn number 4. Into the wall goes a 46. Hard hit there for the 99 of John Ferguson, as well as Matthew Burnett and Dan Mattiello. And that will end both the 99s and 17's day here at Oswego, and thus also ending their championship hopes. On board with Johnny Hernandez now. Definitely a tough break there for the 46 car. Looks like he will be able to continue. Just on board with the 99 car here. Oh my god, what a hard hit there for John Fredrickson. Just nowhere to go too. Worst part about it. On board with Dan Mattiello now. And, just like the 99 car, Fredrickson. Just nowhere to go for Mattiello. Anyways, we're under caution here at Oswego for this wreck that will surely shake up the championship point standings. Welcome back to the Winter Street Stocks finale here at Oswego. We're about to go back green after a multi-car incident involving 3 of your championship drivers, including Johnny Hernandez, Dan Mattiello, and John Fredrickson. Take a look at the points there currently on the left side of your screen. Dan Mattiello out of the race, 32 points behind the leader, which is Ryan Wilson in the 31 car. John Frederickson currently outside the top 10 in points, and Johnny Hernandez falls to 26 points behind Ryan Wilson. Definitely tough breaks there for all three of those drivers. And as the pace car goes down the pit road, Trey Smith, Nathan Barrett, and TS Media lead the field to green. And a great restart there for Trey Smith in the L1 car off for turn number 2 and in the back straightaways. Oh, Alex Casstevens goes around in turn number 2. And the caution will come back out once again. Alex Casstevens came to this race 19th in the point standings. Was mathematically eligible for the championship, but wasn't really going to be a factor unless a couple of Hail Marys happened. They'll probably seal his fate there. But anyways, Trey Smith leads the field back to the stripe as we're going to take a look at what caused our second caution tonight. So this wreck actually started shortly after the green flag. Looks like Jason Albert in the 48 just turned the 08. Pretty decent lick into the wall there for Alex Casstevens, who looks like able to continue. Let's grab aboard the 48 here of Jason Albert. As I mentioned, Alex Casstevens was deep in the points, so same can also be said for Jason Albert in the 48, who came this race 25th in points. But anyways, under caution here once again at Oswego. Currently Trey Smith in the 01 leads. Welcome back to the Winter Street Stocks finale here at Oswego. We're about to go back green after a single car spin involving Alex Casstevens in the 08. Take a look at your point standings, pretty much the same as they were during our last caution. Ryan Wilson still in the Catbird seat with 282 points. Brendan Beal, Kellen Baker both trail by 13. Nathan Hebert trails by 14. Trey Smith, of course, leading right now, trails by 15. While Johnny Hernandez out on Sean Ard and Dan Mattiello trail by 26 or more points. Anyways, pace car back down pit road. Those are under green once again. Again, what a great restart for the guys in top 3. Oh, Ryan Wilson gets turned. He saves it. Wow, what an incredible save for Ryan Wilson. He did something very similar back in race number 3 at Stafford. And he did it again here at Oswego. Wow, I don't think he lost any positions either. What a fantastic, what an impressive move there. The driver of the 31 car. That's what you got to do to win championships. You got to save your car even at the worst situations. Battle for second now between TS Media and Nathan Baird. TS on the inside, while Nathan Baird is stuck up on the outside of the track. Nathan Baird still on the outside of him. Like TS Media will clear the 87 car into turn number 3 for that third spot here. As here comes Kellen Baker now for the third spot, along with Ryan Wilson behind him in the 31, who of course had that miraculous save off turn number 2. But Trey Smith continues to pull away as we're on board with TS Media here. TS Media came this race 17th in points. Technically has a mathematical shot of winning the championship as he's behind by 43. But he is trying to get his 4th top 10 of the season in just his 7th start. But besides not being in the championship battle, still a very, very impressive season for that 9 team after taking over for Joe T, who got suspended after race number 1. Definitely got to keep your eye out for the upcoming Summer Series season in May. There's Brendan Beal there, currently in 7th, trying to hold off Matthew Hill for that spot. As here comes Herbert Solman for the 8th position now. He's side by side of the 90 car. Devin Payman in 88 there after starting 2nd to dead last. But as Trey Smith continues to lead here at Oswego, what a final time this year, we're going to go Winter Street Stocks, crank it up. Lap number 35 or 50. Trey Smith and yellow one car continues to lead as TS Meter tries to chase him down in second place, with Nathan Baird behind him in third. Now, there's Kellen Baker there in fourth. Good run for the Summer Series champion. And Ryan Wilson still fifth. Right now, he would be your champion if this race were to end now. He's just got to keep doing what he's been doing for the rest of this race. There's Keyshawn Richardson currently in sixth. Currently the highest running Atlanta Motorsport driver. Brendan Beal still in seventh position. Has been pretty quiet all day despite being inside the top 10. Besides almost turning Ryan Wilson earlier. Herbert Solman inside the top 10, currently in 8th position. Very solid runner for the driver of the 47 Ally car. Everett, one of the Street Stocks winner, Devin Payment in the 88, currently 9th. So as that win, as we've done too much this season, came this race 21st in the point standings. Rounding off the top 10 is Random J in the 53, who came this race 15th in points. Random, of course, trying to keep his NR2003 streak going here, because ever since 2018, he's won at least one race in every NR series he's been in, but it looks like it'll come to a bitter end here tonight at Oswego. There's his teammate John McFadden, currently in 11th. Take a look at the point standings once again. Ryan Wilson still leads the championship standings. Coming to lap number 41 to 50, less than 10 laps to go until he's a champion. Anyways, back to the rest of the field here. Matthew Hill currently in 12th, has had a pretty terrible season here in the Winter Street Stocks. Brad Ream in 35, currently in 13th. Pretty mediocre run for him. Owen Miles in 14th, pretty forgettable season for the 80 car here. Sean Ard currently in 15th. He came to this race 9th in points. Very terrible one, especially with most of the championship guys being inside the top 10. 19 car going to lose a lot of spots here after this race. Those last week's winner David Johnson currently in 16th. Brendan Carruthers in 17th. Alex Casstevens, who's involved in our second caution today, currently in 18th there. Nargan Scott behind him in 19th. Jason Albert rounds off the top 20 to 48. Pretty disappointing season for that team. Hoodlum currently in 21st. Another very disappointing season for that team. There's Jordan Stout currently in 22nd with no hood. Richard Herman currently in 23rd has had a good start to his season, but after that wreck at Martinsville, it went all downhill for him. And there's Johnny Hernandez, 24th with some rear damage. He would be 6th in the point standings right now if this race were to end. Very disappointing race for Johnny Hernandez. Had a lot of hope and optimism, especially after the last two races, winning at Martinsville and a top 10 run at I-70. Ryan Benjamin currently the last car on the lead lap in 25th, while Dan Mattiello, John Fredrickson, and Matthew Burnett currently out of the race. Anyways, coming down to 4 laps to go here in the Winter Street Stocks. Ryan Wilson still scored as the points leader with 282 points. Kellen Baker, your Summer Series champion, rescored as your runner-up, followed by Brendan Beal, Trey Smith, Nathan Baird, Johnny Hernandez, Herbert Solman with a surprise appearance inside the top 10 in points, and Dan Mattiello. And now we'll round off your top 8 in the point standings as of right now. Anyways, coming down to 2 laps to go, Trey Smith continues to lead this race. He's been very dominant this entire day. Despite him getting maximum bonus points for leading the most laps and everything, but due to the fact that most all of his championship rivals are inside the top 10, he will not walk away with the title. And I'll give it to Ryan Wilson. And as for Ryan Wilson, he just needs to make this track around one last time until he's officially a champion. As this time by, the white flag's in the air. 1 lap to go here in the Winter Street Stock season. With Ryan Wilson going into turn number 1 and down the backstretch. Off turns 3 and 4 for final time, Trey Smith will get his second career Winter Street Stocks victory as Ryan Wilson's your first ever Winter Street Stocks champion. Congratulations to Trey Smith and Team Thunderspeed there at Winter City night at Oswego. most importantly, congratulations to Ryan Wilson and Spina Biffa Racing for being your first ever Winter Street Stocks champions. And despite Ryan not winning a single race this year, he still put up an impressive season, including 3 top 5s, 5 top 10s, and 15 laps led in the entire season. So a great, fantastic job for Ryan Wilson. He's been a very, very consistent all year. This is definitely a much-deserved championship for that team. But now let's take a look at the finishing results and final point standings after this race. So here we go. Trey Smith finishes first. Very, very dominant performance for that 0-1 team here today. But despite that, wasn't quite enough to win the title. But still, 2 wins through a season. Only driver to ever do it here in the Winter Street Stocks. So that's something to definitely be proud of. Second is TS Media for his 4th top 5 finish of the year, despite missing the first race at Bowman Gray. Very, very impressive run for TS Media in that 9 team here today. Definitely got to look out for the upcoming Summer Series season if a team indeed does pick him. Third is Nathan Baird, of course, won the pole. Pretty decent run for the 87 team. His teammate and car Kellen Baker finishes 4th. 5th is your champion, Ryan Wilson. Again, that save after making contact with Brendan Beal definitely saved his championship hopes. Just pure talent there for that 31 team, just in general. Nothing much to say about that. Finishing 6th is Keyshawn Richardson. Pretty solid run for that 24 team. Also a pretty decent way to end a pretty terrible season all around for Atlanta Motorsports. First time they've gone winless since 2018. Finishing 7th is Brendan Beal, also another driver that comes up just short of the title. Finishing 8th is Herbert Solomon for another surprise top 10 for that 47 team here today. Devin Payment comes home 9th, your first ever Winter Street Stocks winner. And running off the top 10 is Random J, and for the first time, as I mentioned, almost 3 years, will go winless in an NR 2003 season. And now for the final point standings. Of course, Ryan Wilson wins the championship with 282 points. Again, even though they didn't win, so a very, very consistent season for Ryan Wilson, and consistency is what wins championships. Kellen Baker comes from 2nd, behind by 13. Very impressive resume so far for Kellen Baker. Of course, won the Summer Series title back in October, and finishes runner-up here in the Winter Street Stocks. Finishing 3rd is Brendan Beal, behind by 14 points. Pretty good recovery for the driver of the 37 car, after getting abruptly leaving the Summer Series back in race number 8 after race number 8 at Dodge Motordrome. Comes back to the series and finishes 3rd in the point standings, putting up a pretty solid season. So kudos to that 37 team. Finishing 4th is Trey Smith, who of course got the most wins this year of 2. One at Wisconsin, of course, one here tonight at Oswego, bottom by 15. Finishing 5th is Nathan Baird, also bottom by 15. Another driver that didn't win a race, but still a very, very solid season regardless. And also a very, very great season in general for Baker Racing, as all of their cars finished inside the top 5 in points for the first time. Finishing 6th is Johnny Hernandez. I feel really bad for him, honestly. He came really close to the Summer Series title, but got wrecked because of someone else's PS. And now here in the Winter Street Stocks, gets turned and winning the final race. So I feel really bad for Johnny. Hopefully he can have better luck here in the Summer Series if he gets picked up by a team. Finishing 7th is Herbert Solomon, behind by 31 points. Actually tied Johnny Hernandez there. An impressive rebound for that 47 team, who had a pretty terrible start to the first half of the season. Was able to rally back, get some top 10 finishes, and will end up 7th in the final point standings. Finishing 8th is the Mattiello, another heartbreaking year for that 17 team. So has come so close so many times to winning an NR title, but unfortunately falls just short here in the Winter Street Stocks. Finished 32 points behind the points leader after finishing 9th is Sean Ard. Pretty quiet season for him in the 19, but still very consistent nonetheless. And TS Media, how about that 9 car? Sneaking into the top 10 in point standings, bottom by 40 points again. Definitely could be a driver to watch out for if a team does indeed sign him in the upcoming Summer Series season. And that will do it for the 2020 to 2021 O'Reilly Winter Street Stock season. Definitely had a lot of fun making the series. Was not easy, especially with school and everything like that. But still had enjoyed making it and enjoyed making all these races and stuff like that. And you guys seem to also enjoy this series too, which is awesome. Of course, a big thanks to all of our painters, all of our admins over in the server. And of course, a big shout out to Kellen Baker for coming up with this idea to begin with. And of course, making some of these race logos and also this whole series logo too. So think, again, if it was for him, this series wouldn't be a thing. I'm going to be talking here right now. And of course, I said this during the last Summer Series race back in October. I learned a lot from doing that series, and all the stuff and mistakes I made in that series, I tried to correct them and fix them here in the Winter Street Stocks. And again, these series are not easy to do at all. And again, some of the advice I have to give is that, number one, never give up. There may be times where, you know, it looks bleak, it looks hopeless, but keep pushing through, ignore all those doubts, ignore all the doubters, just keep pushing through. And of course, number two, constructive criticism is key. You're not going to be, no one's perfect, you're going to make mistakes, like I mentioned, and constructive criticism is there to make you learn from said mistakes and improve from them. So that's obviously an important thing, as I mentioned in the Summer Series finale. But anyways, once again, thank you to everyone who helped make this series possible over in the Discord server, all of our painters, all of our admins. Congratulations to all of our winners we have this season. And of course, a big congratulations to our first ever Winter Street Stocks champion, Ryan Wilson and Spotted Biffa Racing. And it's also, of course, definitely been a pleasure to be with you all here during these past 2 months during the series. I'm definitely grateful to be here. And of course, thank you all for everything. And I hope to see you guys in the Summer Series starting in May.